domestic destinations, and lamenting that the cost of flight ticket has risen, especially to eastern destinations, as a one-way ticket now cost about 350,000 naira and return ticket cost about 700,000 naira. Meanwhile, to perceive that the sudden hike in air ticket prices is not unconnected to the Christmas season that is gradually approaching, and Nigerians who wish to buy tickets to travel home during the Christmas holidays have often accused local airlines, especially United Nigerian Airlines and Airpeace, of hiking ticket prices to eastern destinations such as Port Harcourt, Calabar, Enugu, Owerri, Asaba, Anambra. They complain that at the end of every year, fares to eastern destinations are usually higher than fares to northern and western destinations. However, officials of United Nations Airlines and Airpeace have dismissed the report, saying they have fixed fares for the Christmas season and attributed the high fares to the rush. They added the passengers may have started booking for tickets immediately they opened their inventory for the December-January winter season. The stock figures here now, specifically, we are now in business news where the National Bureau of Statistics (NBS) has revealed that the average retail price for refilling a 12.5 kg cylinder of liquefied petroleum gas, also known as cooking gas, in Nigeria rose by 4.51% year-on-year in July 2025. This was contained in the NBS latest liquefied petroleum gas price watch report for July 2025, published yesterday. It's very important to let out what the report is saying. Looking at what the report here is saying, it says the cost of a 12.5 a kilogram cylinder of cooking gas rose from 14,000 naira to 161.57 kobo in July 2024 to 20,000 naira 609.48 kobo in July 2025. A sharp increase in energy expenses for Nigerian household and increasing trend indicate a worrying reversal when compared with the July 2024, when the price of cooking gas had fallen by 9.37% on a month-on-month basis from 15,736.27 kobo in June 2024 to 14,261.57 kobo. Meanwhile, the federal government had over the years implemented different policies in a move to tackle the soaring prices. In October 2024, it stopped the export of locally produced cooking gas to prioritize domestic supply. However, the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Ekperipe Hekbo, noted that the measure is intended to mitigate the soaring price of gas and will take effect from the 1st of November 2025. Before we end the news, let's get your attention focused on the Nigerian Communications Satellite Limited, as it discloses that it has connected about 200 rural communities to the internet in the past 8 months as part of its effort to bridge the country's digital dividend. Let's get some updates better about this update. It was made known by the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, Mrs. Jane Eden, that 2 days ago, the keynote address a one media training for ICT reporters and editors at the ground control station. At the event, which was focused on strengthening media capacity to report on the satellite, the ICT sector with greater context and clarity, Mrs. Ide, who was represented by the Executive Director ran Technical Services, Abiodun Arthur, said the organization had been working with mobile network operators to extend basic connectivity to add to reach communities across the country. She also said within the last 8 or 9 months, they have been able to connect about 200 communities on 2G and 3G technologies with some major mobile network operators. This is a fact that they have been able to achieve. She also stated the importance of satellite as critical national asset, noting that beyond enabling internet connectivity, they underpin essential services such as education, healthcare, commerce, governance, and national security. She drew attention to global conflict where satellites played a pivotal role, warning that Nigeria must protect and expand its own satellite assets to avoid dependence on foreign powers. Thank you so much for watching ConsumerHallaTV News at 4. I am Iri Ayomikunle. Please stay with us Up next is Share Your Brand Experience. Please follow us on all our social media platforms. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Good afternoon. Bye for now. Thank you so much for still being there with us. If you're just joining us, this is Resolution Box on ConsumerHallaTV, and this program is well packaged for you as a consumer. This program is meant for you, aside from projecting out your voice. If you are having any complaints to lodge about any industry, any company whatsoever, please call the numbers displaying on the base screen. Pour out your narrative. You want to be part of it, and of course you get the resolution. But this is the century point of resolution on ConsumerHallaTV. And looking at the conversation we're having, I and my capable team, we're talking about movie streaming platforms, and talking about it. Consumers have media choice and preferences. And before we went on a short break, we spoke about the advantages of movie streaming platforms to consumers. So let's look at the disadvantages of movie platforms to consumer. The subscription fatigue is number one. Multiple streaming platforms can lead to subscription fatigue, making it difficult for consumers to keep track of and manage their subscriptions. I think that is one of the major voice the consumers were projecting out in consumer analysis, saying the subscription team. Please, what do you think all these movie streaming platforms can do, most especially Netflix and Prime? How can they manage their consumers with streaming platforms? How can they come to a mutual point?
Subscriptions. First of all, do people realize that Netflix is an international brand, and normally they charge in dollars, but they're bringing it down to us and saying, oh, let's charge you in naira. I just feel like sometimes, I'm very sorry, all fingers are not equal, trust me. I don't want premium content, but are we supposed to watch these movies for free? Marketers are going to get their money, producers are going to get their money, trust me. A lot goes into
the cast, the crew.
Do you think people make movie for fun? We should ask ourselves that question, because if you're actually bringing a market to your audience, we don't want to make profit. So I really don't understand. Maybe you want them to now cut the cost, maybe like slash it into two,
or maybe a percentage, or maybe from 100 to make it 80 or 85 or something.
You can say, oh, let's do it that, because most of the time it can be annoying that I will not watch Netflix for a whole month, but you are charging me. You understand? So, but I feel like if you know you're not watching the Netflix for a whole month, why not just
deactivate it?
When you are ready, you go back to it. So
activate
I don't know what we are going to be doing. Fingers are not equal because of maybe they are charging, because the person said he's paying 10.5
per month.
What are you subscribing? I think that person is only subscribing because he has people that are using it. But if it's only you that
said him and his sister pay that 10.5
together, maybe they don't understand their other subscription levels, because I think Netflix can do 1.6. No, you can do 1.625, per month, which is not far-fetched. I don't understand.
Alright, the content overload, I think we spoke about it. The vast amount of content available on movie platforms can be overwhelming, making it challenging for consumers to find what they are looking for, or to know the one they want to watch.
What exactly do we want? Content is short. Yeah, saying that content is short.
I can relate.
I give you a point.
For me, I stream on YouTube, and I was saying it that sometimes I'm still looking out for this person's movie. Then the next thing, another. So I have a lot of
Remove
movies
TV has dropped 6 movies. I TV has dropped like 10
for
movies.
Me, it's overwhelming.
People like me, keep them coming.
Okay. All right.
Keep them coming. No, don't mind these people.
Okay.
Keep them coming.
All right.
Yeah, no, this is not a disadvantage. It's not supposed to even hear. Because people will say it's too dry. That's what they are complaining about on DSTV now. DSTV doesn't have content. DSTV doesn't have this thing. GoTV doesn't have content. But now Netflix is giving you excess content. You are still saying that the content is too much. No, nothing you can use to satisfy human.
All right, let's look at the quality. But you know, it can be overwhelming, and
I get you.
The subscription is crying, data plan is crying. When Remove TV drops 15 movies, Ayomikole movie drops 20, Jadi Sola movie drops 55 movies a day.
I actually think that it depends on what you prioritize. Also, your priority matters. There are some movies on YouTube that no matter what you drop, because of the person producing it, I would not watch it because maybe I've seen like two of the productions that
and it's enough
they are not like up to the standard. I would not watch it. But the people that would have to drop movies on YouTube, I would watch them. I just feel like sometimes for us also is greed. We want to watch everything.
I
think that's
it's not greed. That means because
okay, please.
I know you just in 1 minute. In 1 minute. The truth is, okay, for instance, you recommend to me that what this on is so person.
But
no, wait now.
How many movies that I recommend to you in
now,
a week? Wait
now.
Oh my
You've
God.
recommended movie to me like 2 movies. I have that one in mind. Then I still see while I want to watch that 2. And I'm still trying to watch one. Then another one is popping up, and I like this person too. And I believe that their movies are meaningful. So by the time you look at it, you have like 10 movies you want to watch. Then because of overwhelming to watch,
Okay,
so that's
okay, I get your point, but let me ask you a question.
Okay, just 1 minute.
In 10 movies, for me, I wouldn't stress my mind to watch all 10. I could watch the one I prioritize for that week, and then maybe during the weekend I could watch other.
Who knows? Another movie might have even.
No, that's the thing is that
Thank you so much for still being there. We apologize for that. This is the resolution box, and we're still talking about the disadvantages of movie streaming platforms or consumer. I don't want to talk about this quality issues. So movie platforms may have poor video quality, buffering issues, or inconsistent streaming quality, which can negatively impact the viewing experience. Then content removal. Movies and TV shows can be removed from platforms without notice, leaving consumers disappointed and frustrated. Talking about that, I think Irimofe, I was talking about a movie from a very well favorite actress, and he was saying he saw the movie drop and all of that. So, but now I think the movie is now back. Because I have it here. The movie is now back.
That's good.
So let's move away from there. Price increases. Movie platforms often increase their prices, which can be disadvantage for consumers who are on a budget. Yeah, because the economy, of course, must be on budget. Then limited availability. Some movies or TV shows may not be available on certain platforms due to licensing agreement or geographical restrictions. We made mention of it earlier on. Then ads and interruptions. Some movies platform include ads or interruptions which can disrupt the viewing experience. We made mention of that too as well. Then data consumption. A streaming platform can consume a significant amount of data, which can be a concern for consumers with limited data plan. Then dependence on internet. Movie platforms require stable internet connection, which can be a disadvantage for consumers with poor internet connectivity. Then DRM restrictions. Some movies platform may use digital rights management restrictions, which can limit how the consumer can access and use the content. Lack of ownership. When consumers stream movies, they don't own the content and may not have access to it. Once the platform remove it, then the piracy concerns. I mean, something that has become a canker that's eaten deep into the movie industry.
It's not funny, but I'm just like he said, it has really eaten deep, and I don't know if they will ever be any solutions.
I think they need to like curb it a little bit better.
So some consumers may be concerned about the security and legitimacy of movie platforms, particularly if they are unsure about the platform corporate policies. These are some of the disadvantages movie platforms have on consumer. However, many platforms are working to address these issues and improve the overall viewing take. That's very interesting.
Can I ask a question before we move on?
Okay.
What do you guys think about movie platforms that you are paying subscription for and then you are still using your data to watch it?
I think about that one is please allow me use the Gen Z word. I'm a Gen Z. Overbilling. That one is overbilling for me.
Because I'm like,
it's overbilling.
I'm really subscribing. So why am I still using my data to watch?
Shefe per minute.
Like, exactly.
Shefe per minute. It's becoming.
Netflix. Oh, best spaghetti. Oh, like spicy noodles. A lot of almost all of them. Yeah, almost all of them. I'm paying already. YouTube, I can understand. I'm not paying.
But those are do premium anyway.
No, exactly. Me, I don't do premium. You are doing premium. Me, I don't do premium. But then, why am I paying?
You do premium? Wow, that's interesting.
He has money now.
Mofe has the money. I think anytime you see Mofe, please just bill him and ask money from him. Wow, that's interesting. And now we have to, of course, end the conversation. It's been an interesting, insightful, informative, educative. What else thief can I say? But don't thief, please. We have to leave right now. Kike, what do you have to say to the listeners of home?
Yeah, be careful of the content that you watch, you consume. Most of them sometimes can cause psychological issues. We've seen a lot of decisions that people have made based on, or they've watched some dark stories and then they have influenced their life situations. And also beware of wherever you're watching your movies from, so you don't get viruses on your phone. And for all of us, some of us are going to the cinema to put on our phone to screen record whatever.
It's even prohibited.
Please avoid
prohibited.
If they catch you, kitty at the back, going there. So please, let's be careful and let's know what we're doing. If you have issues with subscription on Netflix, reduce it. Don't pay for people. If they also want to watch Netflix, it's only when you have money. If they want to watch, go and also subscribe to Netflix. I feel like that's way we can also make our life easier and simpler. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Ikelo Majibola, my girl. It's always a beautiful experience to have you as part of my team. Thank you so much for that. And now let me move over to Magenta. One word for the movie streaming platforms and one word for the consumer.
Okay, just keep streaming. That's what I have for the consumer.
Of course, they will have to keep streaming because you stream almost all the.
But all I just have to say is, please pay for what you stream. I said scream. It's really. We have to pay for it. And also those who are the filmmakers, please give us content that we can be proud of. No, we don't know. I don't want to watch movies because it's my favorite.
I will go to cinema to go and pay 13,500 naira.
It's not even cinema now. At least if I sit at the comfort of my home, let me get something that I can be proud of.
Exactly.
And that's very interesting. They've spoken so well. My most capable team have they brought it actually from the left hand side to the right hand side, and that is something beautiful that I must say that consumers have seen something beautiful to build, and the movie streaming platforms as well have seen something tangible to build. Thank you so much for joining us on the conversation. Please note all opinion, conversation, and expression on this program does not have any connection to do with ConsumerHallaTV. Neither is it of us, we the broadcasters, but based on consumers' opinion and choices. I am Ure Ayomi Koleke. Good afternoon.
Right, my name is Korede Peters and I am a product manager. So this is a very innovative idea, and first off, everybody is a consumer, and so this is the voice of the consumer, and this is the voice that is going to be heard. For the first time, the consumers in this country are going to be able to express their ideas and to get to know your rights, to know what belongs to you. And it's going to change a lot of branding. It's going to change a lot of things, because everybody knows that we're not just getting things out for the consumers. The consumers have a right to accept. You know, as they say, the customer is always right. So the customer is the consumer, and the consumer is always right. So, you know, when there is control, when there is feedback, there is bound to be change. So so I said I'm a product manager. When you develop products, sometimes you believe you know what the users want, and through different kinds of surveys. But when the users actually get the product, they can tell you their mind, how the product is, their feeling about the product. So it's good to definitely change how products are being designed, how services are being given to people, because you can get a feedback, and that feedback can make or mar a company, you know, and everybody wants to have good feedback. So it's definitely going to change the behavior of people that make products. One very good thing is information. Information is power. So the consumer is going to get way more powerful. The voice of the consumer will be heard, the opinions of the consumers will be heard, and that opinion will shape how products and services will be made in this country going forward. Be on the lookout. You are now in charge. Several things coming your way through this station. I'm very excited about it. The things he's already brought out, and there will be many more things. But the bottom line, the consumer is now in the driver's seat. So ConsumerHallaTV, thank you for this innovative work. You're going to keep evolving, and just follow the consumers. The consumers will lead you to what they want, and that's how it's supposed to be, always. They're going to have different types of consumers, and they're going to pander to the different needs, but you're going to be making consumers very, very powerful. So thumbs up, keep up the good work. My name is Korede Peters. Thank you very much. All right, my name is Korede Peters and I am a product manager. So this is a very innovative idea, and first off, everybody is a consumer, and so this is the voice of the consumer, and this is the voice that is going to be heard. For the first time, the consumers in this country are going to be able to express their ideas and to get to know your rights, to know what belongs to you. And it's going to change a lot of branding. It's going to change a lot of things, because everybody knows that we're not just getting things out for the consumers. The consumers have a right to accept. You know, as they say, the customer is always right. So the customer is the consumer, and the consumer is always right. So, you know, when there is control, when there is feedback, there is bound to be change. So so I said I'm a product manager. When you develop products, sometimes you believe you know what the users want, and through different kinds of surveys. But when the users actually get the product, they can tell you their mind, how the product is, their feeling about the product. So it's good to definitely change how products are being designed, how services are being given to people, because you can get a feedback, and that feedback can make or mar a company, and everybody wants to have good feedback. So it's definitely going to change the behavior of people that make products. One very good thing is information. Information is power. So the consumer is going to get way more powerful. The voice of the consumer will be heard, the opinions of the consumers will be heard, and that opinion will shape how products and services will be made in this country going forward. Be on the lookout. You are now in charge. Several things coming your way through this station. I'm very excited about it. The things he's already brought out, and there will be many more things. But the bottom line, the consumer is now in the driver's seat. So ConsumerHallaTV, thank you for this innovative work. You're going to keep evolving and just follow the consumers. The consumers will lead you to what they want. And that's how it's supposed to be, always. They're going to have different types of consumers, and they're going to pander to the different needs. But you are going to be making consumers very, very powerful. So, thumbs up. Keep up the good work. My name is Korede Peters. Thank you very much.
Hey there, do you know in the world today, everyone is a consumer. And as consumers, we all have the right to be heard.
In Nigeria today, as a consumer, you have all right to product information, right to fair pricing, right to return goods, right to product labeling, right to fair dealings, and a lot more.
Well then, have you heard about the new media channel?
ConsumerHallaTV.
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 At ConsumerHallaTV, our goal is to inform and educate consumers in Nigeria with insightful news alongside development within the fast-paced world of consumers through well-researched, specialized, and analytical content.
Our vision at ConsumerHallaTV is to create an engaging platform that provides right connections for meaningful brands in Nigeria, thus creating a more caring world for consumers where business thrive.
And guess what? Our ConsumerHalla brand is the first consumer complaint resolution portal in Nigeria, powered by a 72-hour feedback mechanism. We offer consumer advocacy, informative talk shows, branding promotions, advertising, and lots more. Connect with us via our YouTube channel at ConsumerHallaTV. Follow us on our Facebook page, ConsumerHallaTV, our Instagram page, ConsumerHallaTV, and do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscription is free. ConsumerHallaTV. At ConsumerHallaTV, you deserve to be heard.
At ConsumerHallaTV, you deserve to be heard.
Thank you so much for still being there with us. Good afternoon and welcome to Share Your Brand Experience on ConsumerHallaTV. This program is where we are part of you and you are part of us by bringing a topic on the table and you telling us your side of the content we are analyzing on the program. We want to be part of your narrative. We want to be part of your experience. It is Share Your Brand Experience, and of course it's a call-in program. You can join us on the conversation by calling the numbers that's playing on the big screen. Thank you so much for joining us. I am Iri Ayomikunle Eke.
Once again, I welcome you all to another beautiful edition of Share Your Brand Experience on Consumer Hala TV. And trust me, this is the program where you want to be. And every other program on Consumer Hala TV is a program where you want to be, because it's a programs that share informations, education, and also interesting topics that every one of us can, make contributions for. On your screen right now, I know you're seeing some numbers, maybe like a WhatsApp message. You can always decide to share your brand experience. It may likely not be on what we are talking about, trust me, but your opinions matter and it counts. Don't also forget to follow us across our social media platform, Consumer Hala TV on Instagram, at Consumer Hala TV on Facebook, at Consumer Hala TV on X, and at Consumer Hala TV on YouTube, where you can subscribe to us. Subscription is free, trust me, and when you join us, you get informative conversation. Thank you so much for actually joining us today. I'm Kike Lamo Ajibola.
Good afternoon, Kike.
Good afternoon.
Before let's get straight into the business rather. Today we'll be talking about several factors that contribute to make brand being memorable to consumer. Brand has been something that exists for a very long time, but in this era, we now know the value of being a brand, the value of branding. Thank you so much for that. A brand is a unique identity that represents a product, service, or company, and it encompasses various elements such as the name, the brand name, which distinguishes it from others. Of course, when you're talking about brand,
it must have a name.
Then the logo, the values, the personality, and the exception of the expectation rather of or guarantee that the brand makes to its consumers out there.
Yes.
Then when we are talking about brand, it is very, very essential that a brand must build trust.
Consistency.
Consistency, create loyalty. Must stand out, because like for example now, let's take a look at maybe the food and beverage industry. We have a whole lot of brands.
But there are some shining more than others.
That makes one. We have out of, if we let's say the total package of the brands in the food and beverage is 100. Let's say we know that one is standing out. So that differentiates and of course increase recognition. Talking about growth and revenue through effective branding. And the interesting part of the program is that we have a lot of several factors that contribute to make brand being memorable to consumer. I'm always saying that it's just that most of the consumers out there do not know how powerful they are,
how important they are to brands.
The right consumer has is something, oh my God, that if you know that you have the right, you can actually stand on mountains and you will not be swept under the feet, or you'll not be swept under the carpet because of your right, if you know that your rights are valid. And that is why the word consumer or customers are kings. That is where it comes from. So in this kind of situation, consumers has a whole lot to do, because they are the one that is the experience they have from a brand
that makes that brand
memorable,
stand the test of time. Actually, the reason why most brands in Nigeria have been with us for 50, 70 years is because of the memories they've given to our forefathers, our grandmothers, our great-grandmother. They are passing it down to this generation. It's a very, very beautiful thing, and I agree with you.
Thank you so much for that. So that is why we are having this conversation. So for the listeners that want to call in and be part of the conversation, because I know that there are a lot of factors that contribute to making brand being memorable to consumer. There are some brands that when it comes to some brands, some products rather, let me use that. When it comes to some product, and I tell you talking about this product, what's your favorite brand? If there is a brand you would always mention, it's because of the memory, it's because of the factor they contributed to maybe the first time of you patronizing them, or maybe
first impression,
or maybe
trust,
what the brand has done. Maybe it's working for you, it suits you well, you're comfortable with the brand, transparency. So that's what we are talking about. So please you can be part of the conversation by calling the numbers displaying on the big screen. Before I share my own story about one memorable say factor that I can never forget about World Brand, everyone is a consumer. The unique, we have to look at for the factor of unique identity.
Very interesting.
It's important because when we're talking about unique identity, if let's display it here now. Let's be factual. If you want to be, we are a brand, but if you want to, reach out to consumer, you want to be unique. You have to make sure that there is something that makes you distinct.
Yep.
And consumers, we are being realistic here. Actually, consumers want something, that will make them feel on top of the world. That will make them feel like the king they are. They know they are the king, actually, and it's now an A+ for any brand that makes them feel like the king they already know that they are. You understand?
Yep.
So it's something beautiful to talk about the unique identity. And talking about unique identity, we have to talk about the logo, the color, the color scheme, the typography that sets the brand apart. We are in the world of art. We are consumers are moved by what they see.
Yep. That's very true.
Yeah, they are moved by what they see. So is what they, and most of us we are color freaks. We love anything color. We know some brands.
It catches attention.
God bless you. You won't be surprised. That's why we're urging the consumers that want to be part of the conversation and share your experience about the several factors that contribute making a brand memorable to you as a consumer. There are some numerous of consumers out there that when you ask them that why are you onto this brand, they will tell you maybe because of the the color.
The color, yeah.
I've seen people like that. Yeah. There's nothing special about it, but I love the package, the branding. That has to do with the unique identity.
Yeah.
And right now, I guess this is like a old cheap we are giving out to anybody that all the brands owner out there. Now they have to work on their unique identity and step up on their game as well. Then the consistent messaging.
Yes.
We have some. Let's use the banking industry,
telecom,
telecommunications, especially the banking. If there is any Father's Day, they will send you a message. Mother's Day, Children's Day, Muslim festive
it wasn't period. Somebody I was watching on Instagram, the other day, the person said the person was celebrating their birthday. So the person now said, no, I think it was in a movie that I watched it. Yeah, it was in a movie, but it was part of the script and it was really realistic. The person said, the person was celebrating their birthday, and the person was like, even if nobody wishes me my birthday, at least my bank and my service provider would wish me my birthday.
Definitely, they have no choice. That is part of consistent messaging. During Ilea, they'll send you message. Christmas, Easter, they will send you all these messages. Even some days that we don't even know, maybe like
International Girls Day, Women's Day, Father's Day.
They send it out to the consumers, making them know that we cherish you, we know you are this gender, we welcome you into our world. Thank you for accepting us into your own world as well. All this consistent messaging has a whole lot to do. And if there is any industry that I would give kudos to about how the consistent messaging is done, I will give it to the banking industry, because
and telecom also.
Yes, telecommunications.
Both of them.
It's industry. Those two sectors are very if aside from those two, real estate too. If you are their customer, no, they take it up with you as well. All this kind of festive period, real estate would of course the consistent messaging is something beautiful. So as a brand owner, and these are all these little things get consumers moved.
Yep. Yeah, they
get consumers freaked. In fact, let's put sentiment aside, Kike. Now you as a person, if I do, you a little favor, maybe you tell me you are ill and I'm always checking up on you. Those little things matter. So not to talk of consumers that they want to. It's just like they are buying into your market, with their own money, with their own financial, their own financial aspect. So it's very, very important, the consistent messaging. And these things, I'm very sure they are well relatable, they are practical, they are tactical, that consumers can relate. So you can be part of the conversation by telling us, how we have a whole lot to talk about. I was about saying my own story, and I will relate it to this banking industry. When I went for my service, I was using it because I love I love I'm a one man person.
Yeah,
I
like,
just love staying with one, even with relationship.
Oh.
I love staying with one person.
Okay.
We're not going to go there. Don't you ladies believe that? Okay, men has come. They don't. There is
I'm
no
not,
kind of.
I'm not part of that school of thought. I don't
Okay.
believe everybody is equal.
But you
I don't believe all men do that. Actually, I'm not. Women also fall short of those circumstances. The statistics or the percentage may be higher than one another, but I am not part of those people that would say all men are equal. The fingers are not equal.
All right, we are still going to get there. Maybe someone
I'm not there.
that day we were talking about relationship on the program. But I'm just trying to tell you that I just love one. I think, and that is one thing we share in common, because when we have conversation, then I just want back and use and all of that. So, but when I went for my NYC, I even wanted to use the one bag, but they said no.
You have to change. Me too. You have to change.
To another bag. So I started using UB. The funniest part is that anytime I receive my alawi, immediately I'll transfer my UB
to my account. Yeah.
To my account. So then immediately after I finished my service, the little amount I was saving to, I just removed it. So the bank was there, but I now focused on my first love. That was Polaris Bank. At that time I was using it, but and you won't believe that I now totally forgot that I had a UBA account. So I don't know what UBA was doing then. Maybe you had to Polaris Bank. Maybe the queue was long. They were not improving. Things might have changed actually, but at that then, queue, long queue, and all of that.
Because of that time of no cash.
No, even beyond that, maybe when you go to a lodge complaints, they will tell you have to wait and all of that, or maybe something was actually happening that I can actually place it. Then I totally forgot I was using UBA. Not until I don't know what happened. They just started sending me messages. And
maybe
most especially when you don't have maybe like a resource, a financial resource in a particular bank, you would forget about the bank, and you keep your eye on the one that is very, very effective, that is very transactional to you. I totally forgot, and when the message bobbed on my phone, I didn't know maybe they were celebrating boy whatever. I just
boy child,
and I just saw it. I was like, these people are, and you won't believe that before man and God, Polaris never sent me that message that day, and I now remembered. Okay. That's true. For it to tell you, when I wanted to, when I was about leaving the NYC, they gave me the ATM. Immediately I left NYC, I broke the UBA ATM. So everything I do is that maybe I go to bank or I do transaction on my phone. Just to tell you that, okay, I never wanted anything to do. Maybe it's not because maybe I never wanted, but I was like, okay, my financial, why would I be using two banks? But in the long run, that message changed the whole scenario. So a lot of consumers, that brings us back to the reality of the program. A lot of consumers out there would have situations like this that, constant messaging will make them, okay, it happens a whole lot. People like, we see a whole lot. This person is sending me a message. I even have this. I will go and check. Maybe it's still active. So stuff like this happen a whole lot.
Yeah.
And consumers can relate so well. So the emotional connection to as well, creating an emotional brand with customers through storytelling. We spoke about this. I think the last week,
edition.
We talk about advertisement and all of that. So
it's what is in people's face what people are going to remember. If you are somebody that is staying behind people, in their faces every time, you're probably going to be a forgotten brand, forgotten person. But once you keep on showing up, you keep on being online, you keep on being in people's DM, people are going to keep on seeing you, and that's exactly how being a celebrity works. If you're a celebrity today, you stop producing music, or you stop producing a movie, you stop posting your pictures, people probably are going to forget you. I'm like, okay, maybe it was only when they now see something about you, like, oh, this person is even still here, stuff like that. So these are things that if you are not actually in people's faces, they are probably going to forget who you are. So consistency, once again,
really
is really key.
And little things, of course, goes a long way in the eye of the consumer. If you are just joining us on the conversation, this is Share Your Brand Experience, whereby you want to be part of your narrative, your narration. Please call in and tell us your ordeal, most especially with what we are bringing on the program. Let's go on a short break. We'll be right back.
All right, my name is ConsumerHallaTV and I am a product manager. So this is a very innovative idea, and first off, everybody's a consumer, and so this is the voice of the consumer, and this is the voice that is going to be heard. For the first time, the consumers in this country are going to be able to express their ideas and to get to know your rights, to know what belongs to you. And it's going to change a lot of branding. It's going to change a lot of things, because everybody knows that we're not just getting things out for the consumers. The consumers have a right to accept. You know, as they say, the customer is always right. So the customer is the consumer, and the consumer is always right. So, you know, when there is control, when there is feedback, there is bound to be change. So so I said, I'm a product manager. When you develop products, sometimes you believe you know what the users want, and through different kinds of surveys. But when the users actually get the product, they can tell you their mind, how the product is, their feeling about the product. So it's good to definitely change how products are being designed, how services are being given to people, because you can get a feedback, and that feedback can make or mar a company, you know, and everybody wants to have good feedback. So it's definitely going to change the behavior of people that make products. One very good thing is information. Information is power. So the consumer is going to get way more powerful. The voice of the consumer will be heard, the opinions of the consumers will be heard, and that opinion will shape how products and services will be made in this country going forward. Be on the lookout. You are now in charge. Several things coming your way through this station. I'm very excited about it. The things he's already brought out, and there will be many more things. But the bottom line, the consumer is now in the driver's seat. So ConsumerHallaTV, thank you for this innovative work. You're going to keep evolving, and just follow the consumers. The consumers will lead you to what they want, and that's how it's supposed to be, always. You're going to have different types of consumers, and you're going to pander to the different needs, but you're going to be making consumers very, very powerful. So thumbs up, keep up the good work. My name is ConsumerHallaTV. Thank you very much.
Hey there, do you know in the world today, everyone is a consumer, and as consumers, we all have the right to be heard.
In Nigeria today, as a consumer, you have all right to product information, right to fair pricing, right to return goods, right to product labeling, right to fair dealings, and a lot more.
Well then, have you heard about the new media channel?
ConsumerHallaTV.
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 At ConsumerHallaTV, our goal is to inform and educate consumers in Nigeria with insightful news alongside development within the fast-paced world of consumers through well-researched, specialized, and analytical content.
Our vision at ConsumerHallaTV is to create an engaging platform that provides right connections for meaningful brands in Nigeria, thus creating a more caring world for consumers where business thrive.
And guess what? Our ConsumerHalla brand is the first consumer complaint resolution portal in Nigeria, powered by a 72-hour feedback mechanism. We offer consumer advocacy, informative talk shows, branding promotions, advertising, and lots more. Connect with us via our YouTube channel at ConsumerHallaTV. Follow us on our Facebook page, ConsumerHallaTV, our Instagram page, ConsumerHallaTV, and do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscription is free. ConsumerHallaTV. At ConsumerHallaTV, you deserve to be heard.
At ConsumerHallaTV, you deserve to be heard.
memorable to consumer.
Okay. Welcome back to another our beautiful edition today, and we went on a short break to quickly re-strategize on what we've been talking about, how brand makes factors that make brand very memorable to consumers. And this is why we keep on talking about branding issues in Nigeria, because without proper branding, things might not go the way it's supposed to go, and consumers are the ones that consume what brand produce. Brand cannot, as a person, if I'm putting out a market, I'm definitely not praying that I'm going to be the one to eat all my market.
It's not possible.
It's not possible. Exactly. So we pray that if we are producing something, at least 1 to 5 million people should patronize us from what we are selling. Because tomorrow I may say I want to start selling something, and then I wouldn't say, oh, I want to eat, but it's very, very good to actually know what you can sell. People that have sweet mouth, don't start selling provision or like milk or stuff like that.
Yeah, right. Know what you can sell and study the market.
Study your market very well, because factors that actually make you memorable to your consumers.
Yeah, right. You study the market.
Yeah, factors that make you memorable to your consumers is because you already done your research. You already know the way to go. You already know the way to the heart of these people, because without that, things can actually like go negative. We don't pray for that, obviously, but we've spoken about consistency.
Yeah, about unique identity, emotional connections.
Emotional connection is very important. You hear people who say, I can't leave this particular product because I feel like I'm cheating on that particular. It's as if you are in a relationship with the product.
Some brands are way loyal to.
Yeah.
And some consumers
are very loyal to brands.
No, let's
they
give
will
it
not.
to them.
In fact, even if somebody introduces someone and if they go and do it, their mind will not be set. They will still go back. It's as if you are in a relationship with that particular product from that brand. But it is just because of the way the brand.
Some consumers don't double date.
Yeah. So it's just because of the way the brand has been carrying everything, and the way the brand, I promise everything, and they are fulfilling their, even if there's a hike in price, that doesn't mean that you should hike your price, so please. Even if they hike in price, consumers are still going to stick with what they are using, because it's very good.
I'm sorry I'm sorry I wanted to cut you short, but thank God you landed so well. Do you, in reference to what you're saying, I just want to buttress the point. Do you know a lot of products that we can all relate about that? We all know that this product is giving it 100 over 100 minus nothing, and as time goes on, the reality box comes in, a lot of inflation situations here and there, and they reduce the price and even reduce the content of the product, but the quality is still premium, and consumers are still using it till date. That's to show that consumers are very, very loyal. I
said it earlier on. If you want to reduce the price, if you want to go on with the way the economy is, there's nothing wrong with you reducing what you are giving us before, because the money is not going to equate to what you were producing before, because of how the economy is, which is not a bad thing. But you now giving us the same product at the same price or higher price, and then you reduce your content, like the quality of your content, your product is going to affect your brand. So these are issues that we actually need to and I have been meaning to tell you this. You mentioned that Nivea products. You saw
it.
Saw it. I
actually
saw it. I went to the supermarket, I think 2 weeks ago. I wanted to renew my Nivea roll-on. So I'm like, I just saw the other one small. I'm like, okay. I'm like, oh my God, this is what I remember. It was saying, and it is 1,200 naira.
It's 1,200.
Which is very good.
It's
Not
very,
everybody
very good.
can actually afford the big one.
I think that one
it's expensive.
is maybe 4,000 or something.
No, I think there's one that is 1,700, there's one that is 3,000, but almost like 3,800. So it is very expensive. Not everybody wants, but people still want to use Nivea, and it is the same. The same quality.
It's same.
Smell. That's what I'm using. I bought like 3. I'm like, oh wow, that's really nice, So I'm not going to tomorrow. So it has finished.
Because I think consumers now they want to buy that one more.
When you are getting something for 1, 2, and it's the same thing, smells the same way. So why not? And it's not everybody that likes perfume. Somebody like me, I get choked up easily when you have like a very strong smell. There's some particular smell that I like, but roll-on is something that I can't do without. So trust me, I love roll-on. So yeah.
That's interesting. So that's to let you know the loyalty of consumer. If you're just joining us on the conversation, please. What we're having is about factors that contribute to what makes brand memorable to consumer. And we spoke about quite a lot of things. We spoke about just spoke about researching, making research, unique identity, consistent messaging, emotional connection, a whole lot of that we spoke about, unique identity. And now we have to talk about strong brand personality.
Yep.
A well-defined, tone, voice, and attitude that resonates with the target audience is very, very important. Talking about strong brand personality, look at the Nivea that you just cited.
Nivea,
it's a very strong
all of their
personality.
Products, lotion, perfume, deodorant, everything. It is there. It is working.
And just to mention that and not make adverts again on the program.
Yeah.
This one we just mentioned. I know some people that if it is not this brand, it is not.
They are not going to use it. Yep.
So and
a lot of brand actually.
Before a brand actually gets to that strong personality, that means a whole lot of hard work meeting up to the demand of the consumer must have been done. It takes a whole lot of job in the run, in the sun, in the rain to meet up with this kind of
standard. And since the years of how many years now, and they're still like almost number one in the game.
So you can please join us on the conversation by calling the numbers on the screen to be part of this conversation, by you telling us your experience or now the factors that contributed to a brand being memorable to you, because it's very, very important at a stage or the other. I know we consumers, we all have that brand that owns our reality.
Has a heart.
That owns that has a heart. So we spoke about storytelling too, but we just have to talk about it because it's broad. That was why we expatiated on it better last week. But just to brief it, sharing compelling narrative that highlights the brand history, value, or mission. And we remember we talked about some brands that their storytelling influenced us while growing up. We spoke about, I think we spoke about Honeywell. You cited an example of Ipo. You said Good Mama.
Yeah, Mama Good. All of those. Wow, all of them.
Wow, the reason why we spoke about Ryko. Ryko. We cited the example of
Mr. Chef.
A
lot of brands like that, Indomie, a lot of them. Yeah.
So storytelling has a whole lot to do with Africa. We love storytelling a lot. That is why you see most people, we love movies, because
especially when it resonates with us. And storytelling is not all about videos alone. You can use posters, graphics, a lot of beautiful content that you are writing on the body of your products. All of those things are storytelling. It doesn't have to be in a form of visual, like moving pictures, which is videos alone. You can do a lot of storytelling in different forms, like I said, graphics, logos, posters, billboard. People do a lot of storytelling on the billboard, the one they put on the billboard, which is very, very creative and beautiful.
Thank you so much, Ikelomo. You making mention of that. Now we have to reference it to visual element. It's very, very important. I said that consumers are moved by what they see.
Yes,
it's not only by what they hear. If you like, preach that gospel to them till tomorrow, they've cut their left ears. They are not hearing what you are saying. So eye-catching visuals such as logo. Thank God you made billboards, advertising, packaging. All these things sticks in consumers' mind.
People share this thing now, say flyers,
yes.
I don't know where flyers can travel to. If sometimes the videos may know, because flyers will keep on.
That most of the times, if you use public transport when we are traveling, you see that there are all these flyers are placed on our public transport. Because they know that people are always coming there. So
especially the ones that go to long distance. They even decorate the whole body of the bus to actually help them to advert, which is very, very beautiful. It's not only now saying in one particular country; it's going everywhere. So it's not only video that can move. Even standstill pictures can also move.
Via visual elements. So it's very, very important.
Yep.
And also consistency. You made mention of consistency
Very
earlier
important.
on. You know, across all touch points, including online and offline channels.
Consistency is key.
I don't even think because most now, if I know that if all right, we'll be right back. Please hold on.
Oh, okay.
Thank you so much for still being there. We apologize for that. Still talking about what we're talking about. We're talking about brand consistency, and we know that across all touch points, you know, online. I was about to say that I don't even think that. Okay, I was okay. Now I get the line. I was about saying that consumers right now, if they would call in and be part of the conversation, they would tell us that one of the reasons why some brands stay memorable to them is because they see them online, they saw it online.
Yeah,
yes.
online is social media is one of the most powerful tool that we actually have right now, because with the advent of social media, everybody can actually get to see whatever you want them to see, just by having data on their phone, staying wherever, Taraba, you know, Yobe, Abia State, Port Harcourt, you get to see everything that you actually can see. So why not?
So that's very, very interesting. And offline channels as well, just like the one we cited, you know, going out, seeing billboards and all of that. So it's been an interesting one on the program, you know. When a brand effectively combines those elements, it creates a lasting impression. You know what they say about first impression? It lasts longer than any other thing. You know, me seeing you well dressed, gorgeously dressed, I would be like, oh, which is this dark skinned caramel, ooh wee, young lady. I would definitely want to be old. So you know, consumers, you know, their mind has a very, very catchable mind.
Yeah,
that's the word. So you know, if it is not working on the first day, it's not going to work at all.
I mean, if I have a very bad impression of you on the first day, and I'm like, okay, who's this person giving me weird vibes?
Right.
It's very hard for you to explain yourself to me, to say, oh, I was just in a bad mood. That's not me. But because of what I've seen, I've already perceived that. And sorry, human being assume a lot of things, so you can't blame me for assuming that kind of a person, because that was what you displayed to me at first.
It's not even about brand to consumer relations.
Anybody,
within human relations as well. So you know, it creates a lasting impression, and you know, brand becomes more memorable to consumers through a strong identity, unique story, consistency, exceptional experiences delivered across all touch points. Key elements include, you know, a memorable logo, clear and simple messaging. Like we said earlier, we're just trying to recap all this again so you can know the highlight of what we'll be conversing on.
In case you just joined us, joined us recently.
And also we spoke about the authentic engagement. You know, engagement is very, most especially in this era that we are. You know, we see most brands, how can we engage our consumers? Yeah, it's very, very important. Then surprise and delight, you know, consistent branding. Talking about consistent branding, aside from, we have some brands that, you know, they are very, very consistent when it comes to branding. Aside from the one we see, the visual, maybe they're always changing the, you know, the packaging and every other. We have some people that, you know, explore new things out,
like,
you know,
characters.
Yeah, you know,
Indomie does that a lot. The characters,
they might bring a different kind of maybe vanilla, strawberry,
or they may even say, oh, search for some hidden gems inside this carton. If you get a code, you get to win this. It actually makes people buy more and actually keep them on their toes. And for brands also that use social media influencers that people already trust, that have their own fan base, it's a very beautiful strategy also to actually persuade consumers. And I think you said it the other time that if you were making your hair, you will have actually gotten lush because of and other stuff like that. But because of those kind of things also, because people already trust the particular person you are showing them, they would patronize you also. So
that has to do with, you know, branding visually and, you know, online branding via all the, you know, superstars, you know, the content creators, you know, the
social media influencers,
social media, the public figures.
Yep.
Let's put it that way. Then, please, another thing that makes, you know, a brand more memorable to consumer is being responsive of customer service.
Customer service,
you know, we spoke about
you will lack it in this country.
I after even speaking about it, I I was traveling on my TikTok, and TikTok just leads to so many places. And I got to someone was still complaining about customer service. I'm very sure sooner or later we'll get there again. Maybe bring somebody to talk about it better. Yeah, we need to talk about it. And then actively collecting and acting on consumer feedback builds trust and loyalty.
Feedback is very, very important. So if a consumer is telling you about a particular thing, and most people are also telling you about a particular thing, and you're not working on it, they take you as an unserious person.
I think the spirit is working because Achaman was still talking about feedback earlier on.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So feedback is very, very important. And it was he was saying it that when you get feedback, you're not that is not meant to eat you. You're meant to work on it to bounce better. So most of the brands out there think maybe feedback are coming from their competitors, so maybe to eat us down.
But I actually do think that if you don't get feedback, that means you're not doing something right. You must be doing something for somebody to call you to correction and say, oh no, I think you should do it this way.
Thank you so much for that. In fact, feedbacks are there is a line that says mistakes are signs that you're getting it right. Yes. So that means if you're not even getting feedback, you are not even doing it right. You're not working close to being right.
There's no one way to success. It's zigzag. It's very slippery.
So and also we have some this to make brands more memorable to consumers, like spreading positivity and making consumers brand ambassadors, making them win some.
Oh wow! Somebody is actually doing that right now. There is a particular product that is making consumers brand ambassadors.
That's interesting.
I've forgotten the brand. Oh my god, a very popular brand. Actually, wow, yes, they're making their consumers brand ambassadors. I've forgotten. I really wish maybe next week I'm going to discuss the brand. It's very important because being a brand ambassador puts you in a very good spot, and also there's money coming into your account.
And in fact, doing some kind of promo, all these things, maybe scholarship, maybe back to school, maybe you can just win school bag, and all these things make brand, all these things make brand memorable to consumer. I know that it takes a whole lot to please the consumer.
Very well. We are humans.
We are humans, and we are pleasable. But we just when it has to do with branding, trying to render goods or service to consumer, you just have to be, if not 100, at least just be on a 90 or 89. That's in fact a good and interesting one to behold. Now we have to come to the end of the conversation. But before we go, Kikelomo, what do you have for the brands out there?
Transparency, stay truthful to your craft, put your consumers first, prioritize.
I think I love that one. That one should be the first.
Put your consumers first, prioritize their need, prioritize their opinions, and prioritize their feedback. It's very, very important. Be creative, and know that constructive criticism is supposed to be allowed when you're somebody putting your product out there for millions of people. Your views are not going to be another person's view. We are not brought up from the same home or background. We don't have the same training. So, and also for consumers, let's learn to be more receptive. Let's learn to do away with hate, because a lot of Nigerians are full of hating, full of lots of discouraging words. I think that's why most of these brands also shun out the opinion, because they feel like, oh, you are saying it from a place of anger, from a place of hurt, hatred. And consumers are always right, obviously, but then brand owners are not stupid also. If you step on them, they are likely to bite back. So let's all be careful out there.
So she just said something, don't step on brand owner. Thank you so much for being part of the conversation. Another beautiful segment of the program. Share your brand experience. We're back next week, Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining us. Please do well to follow us on all our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, ConsumerHallaTV, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Good afternoon, Nigeria. We'll see you again.
My name is Tunde Olufowora. I'm the CEO of Brand Communications. We are the we call the publisher or the owner of the new initiative called ConsumerHallaTV. ConsumerHallaTV is actually Nigeria's first consumer-centered, or call it consumer-centric television platform that aims to bring voice to the over 220 million Nigerians. It was a vision that came to my heart about 10 years ago. I remember that I was traveling. I traveled out of the country, on airline, and I had this unpleasant experience. It was a trip to an African country from Nigeria, and I actually went with a local flight from Nigeria. I wouldn't want to mention the name of the airline. And then it was to South Africa. And we landed in South Africa. And let me just paraphrase it. When I was coming back, I had some money, some dollars, and that someone had given to me to hand over to another person in Nigeria. So I wanted to help out. I didn't want to carry the cash on myself. So for whatever reason, I opted to. I had a small case, and I felt that it was safer for me to put the money in my luggage. So I put it in a safe place in my luggage, got everything intact, and I checked in my luggage. My arrival in Nigeria, I was standing and was waiting by the carousel just so that I could pick up my luggage, and then I was there for 1 hour and waiting for my luggage. I didn't know that my luggage already arrived, and it was one of the luggage that was moving around on the carousel. So after about 1 hour wait, I looked to my left and my right. Almost everybody had gone. I think there were just about 2 or 3 left. So I beckoned on the woman that was on my side, and I noticed she was really in tears. Madam, what happened? She said, her bag has just been torn and a lot of things stolen. So I said, well, I've also been waiting for my own. She said, you better go and check those luggages there. Maybe yours is one of them. And lo and behold, I went around there. Mine was one of them. By the time I got it, everything inside my luggage was gone. All the valuable things there were gone. To cut the long story short, we felt there was need for us to report the case, at least to the airline. It was in the night, about 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. We went in to go and see the officer that was in charge. As soon as we got in there, the officer said, "Oh, so sorry, but you will have to go to our head office in somewhere in Victoria Island, to lodge a complaint." Okay. So the next day we went to the Victoria Island and we lodged a complaint, and that was it. And since that day, I'm talking a story of over 10 years ago, I didn't get a call, not even a call from that airline to talk to me about what happened to my luggage. Now, about a month after that trip, I had another opportunity to travel out of the country. This time around it was to US, and it was an official assignment. And I flew on, I will mention the airline this time around. I flew on a BA. I really didn't like BA. I usually go with Virgin Atlantic and things like that. But my protocol officer convinced me and said, "Okay, you will love BA. Why don't you go on BA?" Anyway, so I went on BA to US. And of course, on our return from US to Nigeria, we had to do, of course, there'll be like a connecting flight, from Heathrow So we got into London Heathrow, and then because it was through Heathrow that we went, and then so they changed since it was BA, they changed the aircraft this time around to a bigger one. I mean, clearly because there were more Nigerians, or more people that were planning to come to Nigeria, and then we boarded. Not quite 10 minutes into the flight, in the air, the aircraft started malfunctioning. The air conditioning compartment were not functioning very well. I was on what you call business economy. You know, the whole of that business economy all the way to economy side, the ACs were not working well. It was hot, and then I was watching, and then from that moment till we got to Nigeria. From that moment till we got to, I'm just trying to paraphrase. From that moment till we got to Nigeria, I could remember very well how many times the pilot, broke into conversation and had to apologize and say, "We're really very sorry about this." He was giving us almost every 30 minutes. There's always a kind of update. So sorry, this is what we're doing now, this is what we're doing. While we were on that journey, I also remember an incident. So they came, the crew apparently couldn't resolve they couldn't manage the crisis or what was going on about it. They couldn't fix it. So they come up and said, we're so sorry, but for all the inconvenience, we're declaring, free lunch, free whatever it is you want, you can get. So trust Nigerians, you need to hear how everybody was jubilating, But something struck me. The experience I had just about a month before, and this experience, somehow I started comparing them. I was trying to see how this matter will be managed. Again, to cut the story short, we landed in Nigeria on the BA. Before we landed, the pilot announced and said that for the inconvenient, they will be giving a voucher of £50 to everyone that flew on that aircraft. I thought it was a joke. I mean, it was my first time with BA, but for what I knew or know of the British man would never even play with his 1 penny, talking of £1. So I felt that must be a joke of the year. So we left. I got back to my office. I think it was just about a week after. My officer, our guys in our mail room came up and said, "Oh, you have a parcel." So I said, "Parcel? Yeah." So they brought this parcel wrapped. I opened it, and boom, I brought the document out. It was the £50 voucher from BA. So what's the tenor of this story? An experience with one airline was terrible, no apology. An experience with another one, even though it was a bad experience, but it was very well managed. So managed that even if we have suffered anything in that aircraft, you probably, for the sake of how they manage it, will have forgiven them. So that was how this journey started. So I started thinking, my mind, this is what we go through in this country. But are we different from other nations? So God put in my heart the idea of ConsumerHalla. That's why the Hala came with consumer. And we started that journey about 10 years ago. We started by creating a platform called ConsumerHalla, where consumers, so I discovered that Nigerian consumers don't have a voice. So things happen, and that's it. We live with everything. So we've started the journey from creating the platform. We have an app, we even have a magazine, and we thought we could move it from that to the next stage, which is the television. So the TV today, has come. So I would say precept by precept, line upon line, we have been able to build on our aspiration, to finally bring to birth this unique and exciting platform, So it's a digital telecast, and our goal is to further connect consumers in Nigeria to brands with insightful news, development within the fast-paced world of consumers. The world of consumers is growing at a very fast pace, So we want to inform Nigerians. We want to get them educated about their rights, So our role is that we're going to educate consumers in Nigeria, all right? So by bringing them specialized and what you call analytical, research-based content generation that will inform, educate, sensitize the audience, So that's ConsumerHallaTV. So I call it an offshoot of our ConsumerHalla brand. ConsumerHalla brand actually was the first we call it the first complaint or consumer complaint resolution portal. When we started it about 10 years ago, or about 7 years ago, it became the first complaint resolution portal. We created it so that Nigerians can actually lodge complaint on that portal. We spent a lot of resources to build a very robust platform where today, if you have any complaint, about any brand, any leading brands in Nigeria, and you go on that platform, you can actually click, just a click, you can find the brand, you can actually lodge your complaint, and once you submit it, that complaint will be routed to that organization, and within 72 hours, we will obtain feedback for you. We build it in such a way that we have connection to almost all the organizations, and it's been working. We've resolved several complaints for people without having to charge them any penny, because the idea is not to charge. So what we have done with ConsumerHallaTV is to take it to the next level. So we hope to change the narrative. We want to give the right direction. Nigeria has the largest consumer market in the world, with a population of over 220 million people. Why should we be the one that is suffering the most?
Consumers, you're welcome to another beautiful episode of Consumer Voice on ConsumerHallaTV. I am Matilda Omenai. As you already know, Consumer Voice is a show where we'll be visiting different places in Lagos, Nigeria to get people's opinions and their preferences on different leading brands that they make use of. And today is not different. Today's episode promises to be very exciting, and we'll be focusing on power banks. Whether you are commuting, traveling, or just going about your daily activities, running out of phone's battery is one nightmare that everybody hates. So with different leading power banks, different brands of power bank promising to do the best and give the best services to consumers, which one is actually fulfilling their promise? And that is what we want to find out today on the streets of Lagos. So come with me as we explore. Let's go. Good morning, how you doing?
Good morning, fine.
Okay, so what's your name?
Jumo.
Okay, so do you own a power bank?
Yes.
What brand of power bank do you make use of?
Bezos.
Bezos. So why Bezos?
Because it's good.
It's good.
Yes.
For how long have you been making use of this power bank?
A year plus.
A year. So how has the experience been for you?
It has been average.
Average, why?
Because the power bank, like if it gets to 50%, it shuts down. So yeah, and like it's expanded. So it's not supposed to expand within a year. So yeah,
Okay.
that's why.
Okay, so do you know other brands of power bank?
Do I?
Do you know other brands of power bank?
Yes, Oraimo New Age.
Like, can you give me the ones you know? Just tell me the names of the ones you know.
Oraimo New Age. Romos. Is it Romos? Yeah, I think so. That's it.
Okay, so if you could change that particular power bank right now, which brand will you get?
The last one I said. I'm not sure if it's Romos or something, but that one. ROM something. Yeah, that one.
Why that one?
Because I have friends that are using it, and they have had good experiences so far. So yeah, that one.
Okay, so for the one you are using, is there anything in particular that you want the manufacturers of that particular brand to improve about the product?
The battery life should last longer, I feel. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so how about the price? Is it budget friendly?
At the time I bought it, I would say no.
How much was it?
I think 32,000.
How many mAh?
I think 20k. Is it 20k? Yeah, I think so.
mAh 20
Yes.
for 32,000.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, so is there anything you want to say to the producers of this particular brand?
Improve your battery life. Yeah, that's it.
All right, thank you very much. How you doing?
Good morning, I'm doing fine.
Okay, so what's your name?
John.
Okay, so do you own a power bank?
Yes, I do.
What brand do you make use of?
Oraimo.
Why Oraimo?
Because it was affordable then when I bought it. So, and I actually had people that influenced me to get it. So that was why.
So how much did you get it at that time?
I can't really remember. I think that 20,000 euros or 18,000. I can't remember. Between 18 and 20.
So how many mAh is that?
16k. 16,000 mAh.
Okay, so how has your experience been with that particular brand?
It has been good, nice, but most of the time I don't really use it for constant supply of light where I stay. But most of the time when I use it, is at least it's serving me for this purpose.
Okay. So have you had any bad experiences with this power bank?
Not really. It's just the power bank has 4 ports. It charges 1, 2, 3 for them, get full. So the only thing I have is some ports charge longer than the others. They don't charge at the same speed.
Okay.
So that's just the observation.
Okay. So have you heard of other brands of power bank?
Yes.
Like which ones?
Like Itel and Romos.
Okay. So if you could change the one you're using right now, which brand will you switch to and why?
Romos.
Why?
Because Romos is actually the best brand I know from people's experience, and it's lighter in terms of the weight. My own Romos that is like 16k can be the same with someone that is 30k, and it's almost the same weight. So it's portable and it has lightweight.
Okay, so is there anything you want Oraimo to improve about their product, about their power bank?
Can always do better. Maybe deal with the weight and the charging port speed.
So if you could rate Oraimo's power bank on a scale of 1 to 10, what will you rate it?
7.
7. Why 7?
That's what I can say. Based on my experience, 7 or 7.5.
All right, thank you very much. Morning, sir. How you doing?
Morning.
Okay, so what's your name?
My name is Nelson.
Okay, so Mr. Nelson, do you have a power bank? Do you own a power bank?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so which brand do you make use of?
Oraimo.
Oraimo.
Yeah, and New Age.
Okay, and New Age. So you have 2 power banks.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so why do you have 2 power banks? Is it as backup for the other one?
Yeah, definitely as a backup. The other one is portable. The other one is a little bit bigger. So the Oraimo is bigger. The New Age is portable. I can easily move around with it.
Okay. So between the 2 of them, which one do you prefer the most? Which one works better for you?
Oraimo works better. Oraimo works better.
Okay, so for how long have you been using this Oraimo?
Should I say 2 years plus? Yeah, I've been using Oraimo products for 2 years plus.
Okay, so how has the experience been for you?
It has been fine. It has been fine, but the difficulty in Oraimo product is that when it have issue, repairing it is a problem. That's the challenges I'm having. So I currently have one Oraimo product. That's a radio. So it's bad, but I can't fix it.
Okay, so how about the power bank? I'm talking about the power bank, like the experience with the power bank.
No, the power bank is very good. Yeah, it lasts longer. I can use it to charge my phone up to 4-5 times.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's good.
How many mAh is that?
5,200.
That's very, very nice. Okay, so is there anything you want Oraimo to improve about their product?
Yeah, what I should like Oraimo to improve about their product is based on their earbud. So they should make it more noise cancellation.
Okay, so how about the power bank?
The power bank too, they should also make it in a way that they should improve on the IC, because what I noticed about the power bank, what's actually born is the charging IC. When that charging IC goes bad, fixing it becomes impossible. The panel to get it become impossible. So one have no option than to get a new one. Because I had an earlier one before I got the one I'm using now. What actually spoiled, it couldn't charge anymore. So I took it to a repairer. They said it's out of warranty on the care center. So on the care center, they said, so I took it to the roadside. They said it's the IC and they can't do anything about it. So I just have to dispose it and get another one.
Okay.
Yeah, they should make their parts more accessible for repair. That's what I want.
All right, so you've told us now that you have a new age power bank and Oraimo power bank. Do you know of any other brands of power bank?
Yeah. There's this other one. What is the name that I use? Remos.
So when you were using that, how was it for you?
Remos was very fantastic.
Wow.
Yeah, Remos power bank was fantastic. It's just that it's a bit expensive.
Oh, okay.
Yes, but Remos is very good.
Now, speaking about the price, do you think Oraimo power banks are quite affordable?
Yeah, they are quite affordable, but they can do better.
Okay.
They can do better by bringing it down, because the economy of the country is not smiling at anyone now, but they can do better.
Okay. So if you could rate Oraimo power bank on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate them?
I'll say I'll give them 7.8.
Why 7.8?
Yeah, because 7.8 is a pass mark, but they still have room for improvement.
Okay.
Especially on their pass. That is what I actually want them to do, on getting their pass accessible on the market, so that when it gets spoiled, one can easily repair it.
Yeah. All right, thank you very much, sir. Hi, good morning. How you doing?
Good morning, I'm fine.
Okay, so what's your name?
Christy.
Okay, so Christy, do you have a power bank?
Yeah, I do.
So what brand of power bank do you make it of?
New Age.
Why New Age?
I don't know, I took it from my brother.
Took it from your brother? Okay,
Yeah.
so for how long have you been using it?
This year, before I went to camp, that's June. Yeah,
Okay.
June.
So how has the experience been so far?
Oh, it's actually very nice for the battery mAh. It's actually very okay.
How many mAh is it?
10,000.
10,000?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you have any complaints about the power bank?
Nope. It works perfectly well for that 10,000 mAh. It's not supposed to last very long or something, so it's perfectly okay.
Okay. So do you know other brands of power banks?
I once used I can't remember, but it was really bad. That was a long time ago, like 4 years ago. So I cannot really, maybe it was New Age too, but like an old version of New Age. Yeah, but it was very bad.
Because I'm aware that they did a branded yes, for New Age.
One end of it was like secular, then the other end was straight.
Okay.
So I can't
So
remember.
what were the problems you had with that particular brand?
it was not lasting. It was not lasting at all, and that was just it. It was not lasting at all. It was more of like it was a waste of me getting it.
Okay. So aside New Age, do you know any other brand of power bank?
Oraimo. That's just it. I don't know if Lonto produces power bank too, but Oraimo New Age. That's the only one I'm actually like that's coming to it right now.
So now, if you could change the brand that you are making use of now, which brand will you opt for and why?
Okay, I just know two. So if I'm living New Age, I'll go to Oraimo.
Why Oraimo?
But unless I see a better one, though. And Oraimo has like good PR on street, so that's just it. Unless I see like something better recommendation.
Okay. So is there anything you want New Age to improve about their power bank?
Nope.
Nothing at all.
No, nothing that comes to mind.
Okay, so if you could rate them on a scale of 1 to 10, what will you rate them?
8.
8. Ooh, why 8?
It's up there. It's a very good brand. Like I'll give it a thumbs up. It's up there.
All right. Thank you very much. Good morning, sir. How you doing?
I'm good.
Okay, so what's your name?
Innocent.
Okay, so Mr. Innocent, do you have a power bank?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so which brand do you have?
New Age.
New Age. Why New Age?
Durable, cheapest. Not that cheap, but at least affordable.
Okay, so how many mAh is it?
I'm using the minimum of it. I think 12,500 mAh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so for how long have you been using it?
Oh, just a year now.
Just a year.
Yeah.
So how has the experience been for you?
You know, these things you can't actually say. You know, yeah, because on the first month when you get them, yeah, it serves well. You know, the durability, long-lasting battery. But before, you know, let's say 6 to 7 months, you start dying. When you say, okay, something you bought in the month of January is no longer working the same way you purchased it. So let's just say, I will just say, I don't know how to put it, but I will just say, for me, maybe they don't keep to their words in terms of durability and long-lasting battery. Yeah, I'll just put it like that.
Okay. So do you know other brands of power bank?
Oraimo.
Oraimo.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know any other one?
I would say we have on the 3C stuff like that, and we have from Techno also has.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I have a friend who has a Techno power bank. And
Okay,
a
so-
Samsung.
Alright. So aside this New Age that you said you are making use of right now, have you used any other power bank in the past?
Yeah, I've used Oraimo.
Oraimo. So how was the
I
experience?
did not actually use it like that. Just like 2 months.
Oh.
Yeah. So, but I think I gave it out to my friend.
Oh, okay. So that's 2 months. Within that 2 months, how was the experience for you?
That's good.
Okay. So if you could switch this one now that you are using right now, which brand will you opt for? Or will you still stick to New Age?
Oraimo.
Oraimo. Why Oraimo?
When you're talking about Oraimo, I think they are giving out their best now in terms of long-lasting battery, even if it's not that affordable, but at least still affordable.
Okay.
But in terms of the battery, if you're having the 20,000 mAh, you can still charge at least 3 to 4 days to last.
Okay. So is there anything you want New Age to improve about their power bank?
Durability.
Okay. Durability. Alright, so if you could rate New Age power bank on a scale of 1 to 10, what will you rate them?
1 to 10.
Yes.
7 over 10.
Why 7 over 10?
I just said it is on durability.
Alright, thank you very much, sir.
Good morning, I'm fine.
Okay, so what's your name?
My name is Ekene Okocha.
Okay, so do you have a power bank?
Yes, I do.
So what brand of power bank do you own?
I have a Oraimo.
Why Oraimo?
Well, I feel I've been using Oraimo products. Like I bought my wife the AirPod, and she liked it because of the durability. So I think that's the reason why I have to go for Oraimo. So when I think of a power bank or other some of the gadget like that, I think the only thing that comes to my mind is the product. So that was why I have to go for it, and thank God it's still serving me ever since I bought it.
Okay, so for how long have you been using this Oraimo power bank?
Well, like from last year, that's 2024. I think the marketing was more prevailing in the office, and I just have to try it, and ever since it has been.
Okay, so how many mAh is yours?
I think it's 10,000 mAh. Yes.
Okay, so what's one thing you love about the power bank?
Well, I think is how portable it is. It's not as heavy as that, so I can actually carry it with my phone, and it's not heavy. And then also the capacity also is something I know. At least they will charge my phone like twice before it runs down. So that's
okay. So aside Oraimo, which other power bank brand do you know?
like I said earlier, I'm not a fan of a power bank because of the type of phones I go for. I go for phones that the battery would always serve me, or because I just needed it to support my phone because of the light electricity fluctuation. So when it comes to power bank, I can't say I have other priorities. I think that was what I've used ever since I started using power bank, and I feel it's okay.
Okay, so do you think it's budget friendly?
Yes. The same time is budget friendly, and also the durability, because it's not really about budget. It's about getting what serves you also. So both it has been good. I can say it's fine.
Okay, so is there anything you want the producers of this power bank to improve on their product?
Well, the only constant thing in life is about change. So the only thing I can say is if it's more possible for them to improve on their durability, that is on the capacity of what it can serve. Yes, I think they should also do that. I can't say in terms of them trying to reduce on the price, because I can see the fluctuation in our currency today. I think that's the only thing I can say, for them to improve in the way, if possible, to also make it more portable, so that you can carry it anywhere you are traveling to. You don't feel much of the weight, because sometimes if your power bank is too heavy, nobody wants to carry it because it's not portable. You cannot put it inside your pocket. Yeah, so that's another thing I can tell them to also do.
Okay, so if you could rate Oraimo power bank on a scale of 1 to 10, what will you rate them?
Well, from what I've been seeing so far, except on the contrary, for now I can say I will give them 8.
8. All right, thank you very much, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Okay, so what's your name?
My name is Jesse Fuman King.
Okay, so do you own a power bank?
Yes, I do.
What brand?
Oraimo.
Oraimo. So for how long have you been using this Oraimo?
For a few months now. I think close to 3 months. Yeah.
So can you share your experience with this product?
All right. I think the product is good because so far it has been satisfying my needs. I could charge my phone for up to like 2.5 times. That's talking about getting full to 100%. So yeah, I've been enjoying the product so far.
All right. So how many mAh is it?
I think it should be around 2,000 mAh. Yeah, 2,000.
So at the time you bought it, like how much was it?
I think should be around. It was around 15,000 naira.
So do you think it's budget friendly?
Well, looking at the needs that you want, I think for me, I think it was budget friendly, because right now I don't think it's at the same price. Yeah.
Okay. So if you could tell them to improve something about their products, what would it be?
Okay, personally, I don't have any experience that dissatisfies me yet. However, I've heard from several other people that at some point it's like it swells, but I do not know. I haven't seen that firsthand. I only heard from somebody. So I think if I have anything that I'll ask them to improve on, it should be on that area. I don't know how to address it now.
Okay. All right. So aside Oraimo, have you heard of other brands of power bank?
Yes. I think I've seen one. Is it Airtel? And then there's Sony and a few others that I can't remember their names right now.
Okay. So aside that Oraimo now that you have, you use any other brand of?
I did.
Do you still remember the name?
I do not.
Okay, so how was your experience with that particular one?
Well, that one was, I think because of the features that it had, I liked it because it had a cord attached to it, and so I don't need to use it. I don't need to get a new cord. Yes, and also it had what do you call these things? An adapter that you can fix another type to it, and then I'll connect to my Type C. And then there was normal micro this thing. Is it micro USB now? Yes. So.
Okay. So if you could switch your power bank right now to another brand, which brand will you switch to?
Something to think about. I don't know many other brands. I think Oraimo is just the popular one right now.
Okay.
And they've done a good job at marketing it. So I think I'll still want to try Oraimo unless somebody else recommends another one for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So rate Oraimo power bank on a scale of 1 to 10.
I think
8. So why 8?
Because so far it has satisfied my needs, and I can't give it a 10 yet because I haven't used it long term to see all the downside it has. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Good morning, ma. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, so what's your name?
Miriam.
Okay, so Miss Miriam, do you have a power bank? Okay, I can see that you have a power bank.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so which brand is this?
ITEL.
ITEL.
Yes.
Okay, so for how long have you been using this ITEL?
For it's almost 1 year now. Yeah.
Okay, so how is your experience with this product?
I don't like it.
Why?
It's not. It doesn't. Even if you charge it for long, when you want to use it, it doesn't last long. And I realized that it swells up after some time. So I don't like the product. I'm sorry.
Okay, so how many mAh is this?
2,000.
So before you started making use of this one, which other ones do you use?
Before, but they stole it and it was good. Yes, it was.
So now if you could change this power bank now, which brand will you switch to?
I don't know, maybe Oraimo. I'll go back to Oraimo, yes.
Okay. So is anything you want the producers of this particular power bank to improve about their product?
Yes, they should. I don't know, maybe it's the battery or something. They should work on it, and it swells up. Maybe, I don't know if there is fake or something, but they should work on it, and they should try and reduce the mass production of fake products. I don't know how they want to do that. Yeah. Thank you.
Alright, so if you could rate this power bank on a scale of 1 to 10, what will you rate them?
4.
4. Why 4? I know you've told us some things already, but why 4?
4. Honestly, it's just 4. I don't know. Based on performance, 4.
Alright, thank you very much. This is still Consumer Voice, and guess what? The results are out. Do you know which brand won today? Oraimo has won today. And if you have any other contrary opinion to this, you can drop it in the comment section. And that is all we can take on today's episode of Consumer Voice on ConsumerHallaTV. I am Matilda Omenai, and always remember, Consumer Voice matters. Bye for now. and welcome to the news highlights on ConsumerHallaTV. I am Matilda Omenai. Now let's begin. The Lagos state government has raided some supermarkets in different areas of the state and seized the banned products. The development was disclosed by the State Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, in a video shared on X account today. The Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria has disclosed that it has launched an investigation into the incident involving a passenger and Enugu Air. A video circulating on X 2 days ago showed that security operatives forcibly removed a passenger from an Enugu Air flight after he allegedly refused to switch off his mobile phone. The Director of Public Affairs and Consumer Protection at FAN, Obiageli Ora, while speaking with journalists on Tuesday, said investigations were ongoing, but preliminary findings indicated that the incident occurred after the passenger declined to comply with safety instructions. The Naira is showing signs of stability in the foreign exchange market, and traders have said that one key factor in China's growing acceptance of the Nigerian currency for trade settlement. Through Nigeria's currency swap agreement with China, many Chinese traders are now collecting Naira in exchange for the yuan instead of demanding the US dollars. This shift has helped reduce pressure on the dollar, which has long dominated transactions between the two countries. Also, the federal government has now declared Friday, September 5, 2025 as a public holiday to mark Eid al-Maulud, the celebration of the birth of Prophet Muhammad. The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Interior, Dr. Magdalene Ajani, made the announcement in a statement released earlier today on behalf of the Minister of Interior, Dr. Olubumi Tunjojo. The government congratulated Muslims across the country and in the diaspora on the occasion, urging them to emulate the Prophet's virtues of peace, love, humility, tolerance, and compassion. HopePay has unveiled a 10 million naira reward for participants of the newly launched My HopePay Security Vote Challenge. A statement from the firm stated that the new initiative was designed to enhance digital safety, customer education, and raise awareness about its 7 in-app security features. A new update from Stanbic IBTC Bank is now saying that Purchasing Manager Index indicates that Nigeria's private sector activity strengthened in August, marking the 9th consecutive month of expansion. The report says the sustained expansionary trend is driven by faster growth in output and new orders, which has kept business confidence upbeat amid easing input costs and moderating inflation pressures. The governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Olayemi Cardoso, says that incentives should be targeted at manufacturers that are producing for exports. The Apex Bank chief stated this at the 54th Annual General Meeting of the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, Apapa branch, while charging manufacturers to lead efforts to diversify Nigeria's foreign exchange earnings from crude oil dependence. The Nigeria Employers Consultative Association has urged state governments to raise civil servants' pay above the current 17,000 naira minimum, stating that the rising federal revenues remove the excuse for inaction amid a worsening cost of living. The group's Director General Adewale Smart Oyerinde spoke this on a live broadcast channel where he argued that higher inflows to the Federation account means states can no longer justify retaining the 70,000 naira wage while citizens struggle with rising food and transport costs. Nigerians air travelers to domestic destinations are lamenting that the cost of flight ticket has risen astronomically, especially to eastern destinations, as a one-way ticket now costs about 350,000 naira and return ticket costs about 700,000 naira. Meanwhile, they perceive that the sudden hike in air ticket prices is not unconnected to the Christmas season that is gradually approaching. The National Bureau of Statistics has revealed that the average retail price for refilling a 12.5 kg cylinder of liquefied petroleum gas, also known as cooking gas in Nigeria, rose by 44.51% year-on-year in July 2025. This was contained in the NBS latest liquefied petroleum gas price watch report for July 2025, published yesterday. That's all the news for today. Do join us again tomorrow as we resume streaming at 8 a.m. Until then, thank you for watching. I am Matilda Omenai.